just having a problem trying to box Pearson off the boards.
Well, it's mighty tall order. Try to contain Willie Pearson.
Good pass by Willie Pearson that time to the cutting Javier for the layup.
Point-blank conversion by Jimmy Javier gives CRISPA back a two-figure advantage, 90-79, with 9 minutes and 17 seconds left in this encounter. Dante Gonzalez draws a double coverage and a foul as well.
Foul, Pearson.
From Willie Pearson, his fourth. And Dante Gonzalgo has been playing very well. I don't know why he's being replaced now.
Well, he has 5 fouls, so.
Oh, yes, that's right.
They probably want to save him for the end game.
Bokilauchenko is filling in his shoes. Those are mighty big shoes to fill. And the ball goes off the floor after Padim Israel tapped it out. Bokilauchenko inbounding from the baseline. He looks at the clock. It says 9 minutes and 7 seconds left in this game. Willie Pearson scampering after the ball, but Eto Lobo simply shielded it with his body, so it's one more time around the block for the blue shirts of Gold Eagle.
And Chris was becoming very stingy now. They're having Gold Eagles having problems just making simple passes.
That's right. Cristobal gets it over to Pearson.
Once again, a turnover leads to a fast break. Only one player, Monty Cedano, is back on defense. At least Lauchenko should also be back with him. At that time, he was the only one back.
That's right. The Gold Eagle Beermen are playing this game with leaden feet. 92-79, 13-point lead for CRISPA. Oh, Eto Lobo, that was a very difficult shot. Frontal assault on the basket off the glass at 2.
It's a good running shot by Eto Lobo. It kind of reminded me of Billy Ray Bates going down the middle, banking it off the backboard.
Oh, yes, indeed. Billy Ray Bates, wasn't he something? Okay, 8:31 left, and we have a turnover for Gold Eagle and a timeout as well. We'll be right back. Okay, this one is strictly for the boys watching out there on their television sets. Savor every second of it because that shot is going to go up any moment now. 8:31 left in this ball game. 92 for CRISPA, 81 for Gold Eagle. 11-point advantage for the Redmanizers. Try as they might, the Gold Eagle Beermen just can't seem to consummate an uprising. Bokilauchenko getting to Saldana. He found daylight, but couldn't find a hoop. 92-81 is still the count. Philip Cesar, wow.
Philip had the little man on him that time. Monty Cedano, he just backed him in one dribble, banked it off the backboard.
17 points now for Philip, who's one of our hot contenders for the Magnolia Chocolate Best Player of the Game Award tonight. Avi King couldn't field that pass after Philip Cesar tapped it out.
The good thing about Philip Cesar is he's not only a good offensive player, but he's what I would call here in the PBA a great defensive player.
Oh, yes, with those extremely long arms of his. As a matter of fact, you know, he can tie his shoelaces without bending his knees. Maybe that's a little exaggeration. That just goes to show you that this guy's arms are a mite long for his actual height. And there's that ball going out of bounds again. One more time around the block for Avi King from the baseline with time down to 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Gold Eagle still laboring under a 13-point deficit. Saldana, scoop pass to Lobo underneath. He misses at point-blank range, follows it up with great hustle.
Yes, great hustle by Lobo. He missed the, not easy shot, but he did tap the difficult shot back in.
So 94-83, Gold Eagle threatening to come up with another comeback.
It's going to be a blocking foul call on Lobo that time as Israel was cutting to the hoop. That'll be his 4th foul.
5 team fouls for Gold Eagle against only 2 for the Redmanizers. Padim Israel gets a feed from Jimmy Javier. 7:18 left in this game.
We're going to have another foul called by the referees. That's going to be the 16th foul on Gold Eagle. Foul is on Lauchenko. That'll be his 4th foul.
And the 16th foul for Gold Eagle. Once again, they're on the brink of team foul trouble while CRISPA is very... Well, that was a great shot coming from Willie Pearson.
Pearson isn't going to let them catch up. Good move by Lobo to elude Pearson that time. He made the shot. Maybe he was kind of happy. He didn't really get back on defense the way he should.
Swift retaliation by Lobo. Cuts down the CRISPA lead again to 11 points, 96-85. But then they have to break that 2-digit barrier again. Here's Padim Israel. Cristobal left open.
Yes, good shot by Cristobal from about 17 feet. There's a lot of gambling going on now by the Gold Eagle guards. They're really trying to put their hands in there to try to steal the ball, which means if they don't get to steal, the CRISPA guards are going to have wide open shots.
That's right. That's what you call a gamble. If you try to steal and you don't get it, then you leave your man perfectly open for a shot. And that's Marty Saldana. He wasn't so open that time. Poor shot selection by Saldana with 6:23 to go. They're still down by 13 points, 98 to 85. CRISPA just a basket short of the benchmark of 100 points. You know, despite the lopsided score there, nobody is leaving his seat. They're still looking forward to a miracle coming from, or a rabbit out of the hats of the Gold Eagle Beermen. Here's Bokilauchenko, chased by Jimmy Javier. He pulls up.
Well, they can't seem to buy a shot right now, but they're only down 13, and they still have enough time to get back in the game. Another gamble by Monty Sedalian. There's a 3-on-1 fast break. King fouls Pearson. He'll have a chance for the slam.
Foul, King.
Only the second personal for Abe King, but already the 17th foul for Gold Eagle, and this is going to slow this ball game down considerably. What with all defensive and loose ball fouls committed by Gold Eagle and carrying the penalty of 2 free throws, and Dante Gonzalgo settled with 5 fouls is being sent right back in for Etok Lobo. Well, if this game appears to be lopsided to you, you've got a big contrast in the delayed telecast you will see right after this match. And this is the game between Tanduay and Beerhausen. Tell him about that game, Norman. Tell him.
Well, we really just have to say one thing about the game, Joe, and that's the fact that the game went down to the very last second.
The last fraction of a second, as a matter of fact. 101 to 87. And the CRISPA fans are beside themselves with delight as Tommy Modotok singles out from the bench a man we haven't seen in action for quite a long time. And this is one of my favorite players too. He's a crowd pleaser, Mr. Tito Varela, Kojak himself. And he'll be coming in for Bay Cristobal. And listen to that big ovation accorded him, ushering him into the floor.
That's really strange. He got the loudest applaud of any player here tonight, and he's sitting on the bench for the majority of the game.
One of the reasons for that, Norman, is this is the only player who brings his own ball with him whenever he plays. And he's got it right there on his head. 101 to 87, 14-point lead for CRISPA, 5:18 left in the game clock. Again, the contact whistle interrupts the action.
That foul is going to be on Israel. That's his second. It's going to be the third team foul for the CRISPA team.
And here's a smiling Abed Gidabin giving Jimmy Javier a rest on the bench.
They shouldn't smile too much. They're only up by 14 points. And if the Gold Eagle Beermen can just get a charge going here, they could have a chance of getting back in this game.
But right now, they just can't seem to mount a run. Philip Cesar committed that last foul, his 4th personal.
No, the momentum is definitely not on the side of the Gold Eagle team.
Lauchenko gets a feed from Dante Gonzalgo. Abe King shakes off Philip Cesar and misses the shot. And again, a loose ball foul is spotted by the baseline ref.
It's going to be on Gudabin. And that's going to be his 5th foul. And I wonder if Coach Tommy is going to take him out of the game. Looks like he's going to leave him in there.
5 personals for Gudabin. Likewise, 5 team fouls for CRISPA. Gold Eagle went over the limit a couple of minutes back. Bokilauchenko, hounded by Padim Israel, gives it over to Abe King. Philip Cesar from behind tries to stop him but couldn't. 22 points now for Abe. 101 to 89, 12-point lead for CRISPA. 4:51 left in the game clock.
There's going to be a warning called here. I think it's against the Gold Eagle team for delaying the game. Samlani held the ball as he was going down the court.
Well, those are clearly violations, dilatory tactics such as those. Philip Cesar, the ball rimming out, falling right into the hands of B-Boy Ravanes, is scampering down court. He's still got victory in his heart and in his mind, and he's not about to give up. Here's Jerry Samlani. He goes up against Gidabin. Bingo!
So Samlani's doing a good job of hitting his jump shots here tonight.
He developed a very good arc on that shot. 101 to 91. CRISPA lead down to 10 points. Here's Varela running his way through the lane.
Oh, great shot by B-Boy Ravanes. He was way underneath the basket at that time, just flipped it up there, and as you say, his prayer was answered.
And the CRISPA Redmonizers had better stop playing footsies because their lead has been chopped down to only 8 points, and if they don't wake up soon enough, that they stop playing a cat and mouse game. All right, that was Abed Gidabin responding to our exhortation. 103 to 93. Back to a 10-point lead for the Redmonizers. 3:49 left.
You would get the impression that CRISPA is kind of taking it easy right now when really they're not in a good position to do that. There's a steal by the Beermen.
All right, here's B-Boy Ravanes trying a shot of Tito Varela, who's proving his worth as the defensive man by knocking the ball out of bounds. Baseline inbound executed by B-Boy Rabanes. Abe King versus Philip Cesar. Gary Samlan is in the 2-point zone. King fires on a shield by Rabanes. Got it. 24 points now for Abe.
And we now have an 8-point game. It could become close, Joe.
Yes, it is. Getting very close. And look at that steal by Gonzalo. Let's see Bokilochenko. Jump shot from the side, off the glass. And the CRISPA lead is down to 6 points. The momentum now has been developed by the Gold Eagle Beermen. Pearson gives it over to Philip Cesar, who delivers a squelcher.
Yeah, it's good ball handling by the CRISPA team that time. As I said before, the Gold Eagle team is gambling an awful lot on defense, and if you get burnt, it's going to be 2 points on the other end.
105 to 97, 8-point lead for CRISPA. Bokilochenko misses a 17-footer. Philip Cesar controlling the rebound. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go.
Well, the best thing for CRISPA to do right now is to try to set up a play, run some time off the clock, because the clock right now is their ally.
That's true, and that's exactly what they're doing. Tito Varela got a good feed there from Philip Cesar at point-blank range. He misses twice.
But they're going to get the ball back. They say it's out on Gold Eagle.
105 to 97, an 8-point lead for CRISPA with 2 minutes and 27 to go, and Noli Bonate, who had very limited playing time, is back in the game replacing Bokilochenko.
Well, Sedania's coming in for Lachenko. Bonate replaced Samlani. And Samlani was playing really well. I'm kind of surprised that Coach Nat Canton took him out. He was one of the main reasons why they're coming back in this game.
And a very offensive Bernie Fabiosa, offensive-minded that is, has just also reported back for duty. The Gold Eagle Beermen trying to run the break. Willie Pearson was the monkey wrench.
Yes, Willie Pearson got back that time to play good defense. Monty Sedania should have had a little bit more on his pass.
Now they're going to have a hard time penetrating that tight court and erector around the lane with the Redmonizers. Saldana puts it up inside heavy traffic.
We're back down to a 6-point game again.
Yes, 105 to 99.
Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Final.
The Gold Eagle Beermen started out the fourth quarter with a seemingly insurmountable deficit. However, they're now back in the game. They're just down by 6 points. And as we move into the end game, we find the CRISPA Redmonizers will have to buy a basket here if they want to keep the Beermen at bay. Gidabin fails on his first crack. His second crack likewise. A third crack finally.
Yes, Gidabin is hard to control inside. Bonate could do nothing with him. Even though he missed his first two, he followed up his second shot, and he scored.
107 to 99. CRISPA up by 8, and we've got a foul by Bernie Fabiosa.
That's going to be the 16th foul on the CRISPA team.
Divo Ravanes in the three-point region gets it over to Dante Gonzalvo. Was watched by Willie Pearson. Dante edging his way close to the goal. Feeds Bonate, who's open, and he misses. Pearson plucks it off the air for the CRISPA rebound. And Divo Ravanes giving chase, unable to steal, however. With time down to 1 minute and 12 seconds, it looks very bleak for the Gold Eagle Beermen. Looks like the Redmonizers are content to coast along to the finish. Gidabin misses a turnaround shot. Exactly 1 minute left in this game. B-Boy Ravanes against Freddy Ubalde. He goes up, gets it over to Gonzalo. With 53.5 seconds left and an 8-point CRISPA lead.
Well, the Gold Eagle team, they're getting their shots here at the end game, but they're just not making them. Bonate missed 2 shots that time.
Well, looks like the Gold Eagle fans have thrown in the towel. A lot of them are making a beeline for the exit, conceding the game to the Redmonizers. With only 46 seconds to go, CRISPA enjoys a 6-point lead, and they're in possession.
Well, they're only down 6. They have to play tight defense. This time they should not foul the Redmonizers and send them to the foul line. Let's see if they can make their shot.
Freddy Ubalde and the Redmonizers are really running down that clock.
They have 5 seconds left when their shot clock. B-Boy Ravanes punches Ubalde in the face, then blocks the ball out of bounds. I think he's called for a foul.
Norman Black and I just had a little powwow to discuss our choice for the Magnolia Chocolate Best Player of the game, and it's a little difficult, but we have come up with a choice. There's a beautiful steal by Freddie Ubalde. He's going to put the icing on the CRISPA cake. That's it. That's the end of the line for Gold Eagle. It's only a matter of what the final score is going to be. With 10 seconds to go, CRISPA is up by 9 and well on its way to tying the Great Taste Coffee Makers for the lead in the overall standings with 7 wins and 2 losses in 9 games.
Yes, and Goodavin has just fouled out of the game. He just committed his 6th foul against Abe King. And on that last play by Ubalde when he went to the hoop, for all the kids that are growing up, look at Ubalde. He shows you the importance of not only being able to shoot with your right hand, but also being able to shoot with your left hand.
That makes him ambidextrous. Like a fighter who's a southpaw, but is equally at home with a right-handed stance. And here comes Padim Israel.
Well, Joe, for the Gold Eagle team, they tried to fight back into this game, but they just couldn't hit the shots that really counted, the ones at the very end game. They committed too many turnovers this game. And although we do have 6 seconds left and they're only down 8 points, it looks like it's one game for CRISPA Floral.
And it's going to be awful difficult for Gold Eagle to break into the semifinals or the quarterfinals, let alone the semifinals, sinking to a 3-7 slate at the end of this game. Speaking of Pandrai, you're going to see them in action against the Gold Eagle, or rather...